Good morning, students. In a first term, we took some information about the Maharashtra before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. We learned that how the Shivaji Maharaj established his own empire in a critical condition, how he faced the problems, and how he established the Swaraj. Many invasions were there, foreign attacks were there, how he faced that problem, and at last how he established his Swaraj. As well as we learn the information about the grand ceremony of the coronation of Shivaji Maharaj. Today we are going to learn a very interesting lesson of history, that is lesson number 7, the administration of Swaraj. Let's learn some information about it. The introduction. Shivaji Maharaj established the Swaraj. He coronated himself. After the coronation, he started the campaigns in a south. It is known as Dakshin Digvijay. Yes, what the Shivaji Maharaj did after the coronation, he started the attack on the Deccan side or the south side of India. It is known as the Dakshin Digvijay. At that time, he won a large area of the Nashik, Ratnagiri, Satara, Sangli, Kolhapur, Sindhudurga, Pune, Raigad, Thane district of the Maharashtra, as well as he won some area of the Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. Yes, you are able to see in this map the territory of the Shivaji Maharaj, how he started the expansion of the Swaraj in a south. Means after the coronation, he started to expand his empire in a south. Only expansion was not important, as well as with the expansion we need the good administration also. So Shivaji Maharaj tried to give a good administration and the good welfare for the welfare of people. What he did for giving a good administration to the people, we are going to learn these information in this lesson. Okay, the first one is there, Ashtapradhan Mandal. Yes, Ashtapradhan Mandal, this word form from the Sanskrit word. Yes, there are two words in this. First one, Ashta, and the second one is Pradhan. Ashta means eight, and the Pradhan means ministers. There are eight ministers in a council of the Shivaji Maharaj, so it is known as the Ashtapradhan Mandal. Okay, you knew that when the Shivaji Maharaj coronated, he made his Shiv Mudra. Yes, what he wrote on that Shiv Mudra, he ensured the people that he will give a good administration to the people. Yes, he ensured the people he will give a good administration to the people. So the people have faith on Shivaji Maharaj, he will do something for us. So Shivaji Maharaj decided to give a smooth administration, and welfare of a people is very important. So Shivaji Maharaj appointed a Ashtapradhan Mandal at the time of coronation. It is also known as Eight Council of Ministers. Shivaji Maharaj divided the work in a eight departments. Yes, in a different eight departments he distributed work, and he appointed a head for each department. These eight head of the departments are known as the Ashtapradhan Mandal. Shivaji Maharaj alone had powers to appoint these ministers or remove them from their post. Ministers were answerable to the Shivaji Maharaj for their administration. Whatever work did by the ministers, they have to give the information to the Shivaji Maharaj. Means agriculture head department will give the information to the Shivaji Maharaj regarding to his work, whatever he did. Pradhan gives the information about his department, how the military was there, where they have to attack, how many money they spend for the military, all that information they provide to the Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Maharaj selected these ministers on the basis of their merits and the achievements. What the many kings do of that time, they gave the important posts to their relatives. But Shivaji Maharaj gave these posts on the merits. Yes, who are the brave, who are the knowledgeable, who have the experience of that things. To them, Shivaji Maharaj gave responsibility. Due to this, many people joined to the Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Maharaj did not give them Jahagir, Vatan or the gifts. Instead of that, he started to give the handsome salary. Handsome means a good salary or a sufficient salary. Without salary, no one did the work. Yes, salary is important, money is important. If we give Jagir or gifts to them, it is not sufficient, as well as they will not do the work properly. That's why Shivaji Maharaj started to give a salary to them. Okay, now who are that ministers? What is their work? How was the Ashtapradhan Mandal of Shivaji Maharaj? Let's learn some information about it. See here, Ashtapradhan Mandal of Shivaji Maharaj given in this chart to you. The first, the serial numbers are there. In a second column, the name of ministers were given to you. In a third one, designation or post given to you. And at last, work of them given. Here, the name of the minister and the designation or post is very important. Name of the minister and designation will be asked in an exam for the match the pairs. So you have to learn this box properly. Okay. The first one is there, Moro Trembak Pingle. He was the Pradhan. And what was his work? He was running the administration and making the arrangements for the conquered or the won area. Okay. Second one is there, Ramchandra Nilkant Muzumdar. He was Amatya. Yes. And his work was to keep the accounts of the state. The third one is there, Annaji Datto. He was a Sachiv. Sachiv means secretary. He prepared a royal edicts or orders of a king. King means Shivaji Maharaj. Whatever the orders are there of Shivaji Maharaj, he prepared that orders and he gave to the particular person. Okay, it is known as Sachiv. Fourth one, Dattaji Trembak Vaknis. He was a mantri. And what is the work of mantri? To keep the coordination between all these eight is the main work of Dattaji Vaknis. And what is the post of him? The post was mantri. Okay. Fifth one, Hambir Rao Mohite have the important post, that is Senapati. Organize the army, attack on the another territories to save the kingdom from the foreign invasion or attack was the main work of Senapati. Okay, who was the Senapati? Hambirrao Mohite. The next one is Ramchandra Trembak Dabir. He was a Sumant, and the work of Sumant was to keep the record of the foreign relations treaty. Okay, next one, Niraji Rauji. Niraji Rauji was a Nyadish. Nyadish means judge. What is the main work of him? The main work of judge or Nyadish is to give justice to the people. Okay. And the last one is there, Moreshwar Pandit Rao. And what is the post of him? Pandit Rao. What is the work of him? He did the work regarding to the religious matters, to do the yajnas, whatever the religious things are there. He maintained that all religious things. Okay, understood this? You have to learn the names of ministers and their designation. It is very important. Okay, let's take some information about the administration of Swaraj. how they did. hmm? One department we will learn. The first one is their policy regarding to the agriculture. Agriculture was the main occupation of the people. Shivaji Maharaj knew the importance of agriculture, so he gave more importance or attention towards the agriculture. He appointed Annaji Datto as a head of agriculture department. Annaji Datto was a clever, experienced and the honest person. He introduced a new revenue policy. Yes, who introduced? Annaji Datto introduced a new agriculture revenue policy. Okay, it was very helpful for the farmers. He tried to bring a maximum land under the cultivation. He encouraged the farmers for this. Why he did this one? Because from that land they will get the revenue for their empire. So as well as the production of grains increased if the maximum land is there under the cultivation. That's why Annaji Datto decided, or he bring try to bring the maximum land under the cultivation. Okay, Shivaji Maharaj strictly said to their sardars not to take more tax from the farmers. Many sardars were there in a different kingdom. They took the more tax from the farmers. Due to this, farmers' condition was not good. So Shivaji Maharaj strictly said to their sardars that don't take the more taxes from the farmers. When the natural calamities were there like the drought, heavy rains, they took a less tax from the farmers. Sometimes enemy's army attack on the particular area and they destroy the farms of the farmers. That time also Shivaji Maharaj took a less tax from the farmer, or they cancelled the tax. Okay, due to this the farmers were very happy. For the improvement of agriculture, what the Shivaji Maharaj did? Shivaji Maharaj gave the seeds, bullocks, animals, tools regarding to the agriculture to the farmers. Farmers get these tools, and due to this, they get they improve the agriculture and the production of grains are increased. Okay, the next one is their village economy. Agriculture was the main occupation, but many supplementary occupations were there in a village. Like the carpenters were there, builders were there, barbers were there, tailors were there. Hmm? They helped to the farmers in their work for the regular routine life. The work for the farmer, they work for the farmers, and farmer gave some share of their production. Whatever the production were there in a farms of the grains, farmers gave some certain share to this. This system was known as the Balutedari system that we learn in a third lesson. Okay, due to this Balutedari system, village was self-sufficient. Mostly daily routine life is there of people, whatever the needs were there, that needs were fulfilled by these artisans or by these workers. Okay, the next thing is there trade and the business. The Shivaji Maharaj knew that for the development of a kingdom, trade was very important. So Shivaji Maharaj focused on the trade. Everywhere goods become available in a plenty. He provided security to the merchants or a businessman. That time many thieves were there, robberies were there, so the businessmen were not ready to go from one place to the another place, and due to this the people will not get the goods. So Shivaji Maharaj provided the security to the merchants or a businessman. Due to this, they started to move from the one place to the another place very safely. So the trade increased or the business increased in a Swaraj. Shivaji Maharaj established many pets or markets, means Due to the markets, people will come, trade will increase, and the people will happy of their kingdom. In his Ajna Patra or edicts, Shivaji Maharaj described the merchants. How he described? Merchants are the ornaments of the kingdom and the glory of king. These lines underline. In the exam it will come. Yes. How the Shivaji Maharaj described the merchants? Shivaji Maharaj described the merchants as merchants are the ornaments of the kingdom and the glory of the king. Okay. Shivaji Maharaj adopted the policy to protect the local industries. Yes, what Shivaji Maharaj adopted? He adopted to protect the local industries. He encouraged them and he gave more importance to the self sufficiency. Let's take some information of salt trade. Portuguese sold their salt in the Swaraj everywhere with the less price. That time, some local people who are living on the coastal area of the Swaraj, they also made a salt and they sold this one. But the price of salt is more. So the no one ready to buy the salt from the Indian person. So Shivaji Maharaj took a one idea. What he did? He was very clever. First thing, he imposed a more tax on a Portuguese. Okay, now see, the production price for the Portuguese is 1 rupees and there is a tax for a 1 kg is 1 rupees. So the total price is 2 rupees to sell for a 1 kg. Now for the Indian person, for the production price same 1 rupees, but Shivaji Maharaj imposed a tax on a Indian people 10 paisa. Then what happened? For selling price of the Indian person is 1 rupees 10 paisa per kg. So the price decreases of a Indian traders and their sale was increased. So they were very happy. Means Shivaji Maharaj was very clever and they focused towards the Indian trade. Okay, or the local traders. Understood this? Now the next one is their military organization for the good administration, for the expansion, for the protection. Military was very important that time. So Shivaji Maharaj focused on the military. They have to keep the military in advance. So how was the military? How they organized? How they divided the military? Their information we are going to learn now. The military of Shivaji Maharaj was divided into the two parts. There were two main parts. The first one, the infantry, and the second one is cavalry. The first one, let's take some information about the first one, infantry. Infantry was also known as army. Okay, the head of the infantry was known as Sir Noble. He was the highest officer in a infantry. To help him, the two officers were there. The first one is Havaldar and the second one is Jumledar. Okay, and the second main part of the army is cavalry. In the cavalry, soldiers were there with the horses. Okay, there were these were very important for the surprise attack, for the fast movement. Okay, cavalry was very important. Okay, the head of the cavalry was known as Sir Nobat. To help him, there were two officers. The first one is Shiledar. He had his own horse and the weapon. He had a more salary than the Bargir. The second one is Bargir. Bargir had not his own weapon and the horse. It was provided by the king. So the Bargirs have the less salary than the Shiledar. Understood it? Okay. Underline these lines on the textbook with the pencil on page number 30. I am reading that lines. You have to underline. Take you open your textbook and underline these lines on page number 30. Okay. The Shiledar had his own horse and weapon. The Bargir was provided with a horse and a weapon by the state. These lines you have to underline. Okay, understood it? Shiledar have its own weapon and horse, that's why they will get the more salary. But Bargir have not these things. King or the state provide these things to them, so they have the less salary. Okay, understood all these things? Okay, next one. Some important Sarnobats are there. Who are they? Hmm? Hambir Rao Mohite, Netoji Palkar, Pratap Rao Gujjar. These were some important Sarnobats are there. Okay, the remaining part we will learn in a next lesson. Whatever I taught today, you have to read this carefully from the textbook. Understood this? I will ask question in a next one. I am going to take your oral. So you have to know these things, read properly these taught part. Okay? Next thing we will learn in a next period. Thank you.